Hello, my Starseeds. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you to my subscribers that have been loyal to the channel. I really do appreciate it. Love you all really with all my heart. For those of you that are watching, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And please share, share, share. Like, share, and subscribe. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Okay, this particular reading is regarding the Viking runes, and this is for Libra. Look at that beautiful illustration. I don't know, the lighting is really bad, but forgive me. I'm wearing gloves because I don't want to transfer my energy onto the runes, okay? Now, following this, there will be another video for which angels have messages for me, which is a combination with the Viking runes. So keep an eye on that. The thing is that make sure that you have a question for your angels for that particular bit, and for Mr. Pyramid, because Mr. Pyramid will be here. He's very nosy, so he's got to be here. Okay, Libra. And with that said, let's start with your runes, okay? There will be 3 drawn, and they're read from the right to the left. Just give me 1 second, please. So here we go. Here's the first one. Here's the second one. Ooh, there's patience involved in here. You're dealing with another individual, Libra, and you've got decisions to make. There you go. And let's see what they have to say about your runes. And the first one is, I'm looking it up for you so you can see which one it is. It's Athila. That's this one right here. Let me see if I can get it too so you can see it. Athila. What a pretty name, huh? But it's on the reverse. So let's see what it has to say on the reverse. Now, mind you, Athila has to do with separation as well as retreat, and regarding some kind of inheritance, okay? Regarding real estate, or from something that you must give up. It's something that you need to give up, okay? In a roundabout way, there are benefits here, but there's something you have to give up. So let's read what Athila has to say. It's not Athelia, it's Athila. What a pretty name. And it says, The warning is that you take pains not to be mechanical or unaware. This is not a time to be bound by old conditioning, old authority. Ask yourself what feels right for you and act according to the light you possess now in your life. Because you may be called upon to undertake a radical departure from old ways. Total honesty is required here. Otherwise, through negligence or refusal to see clearly, you may cause pain to others, damage to yourself. Not rigidity, but flow is the proper attitude at this time. Libra, it's asking you to flow with it. Not to react coarsely or aggressively, okay? Go with the flow. Just to go with the flow. And you know you need patience with that, okay? And it follows. It says, and yet you must wait for the universe to act. When drawing this rune, remember, we do without doing, and everything gets done. Do you understand? If you leave it alone, it will go through its own natural process. It's in the now. It will go through its natural process without you intervening. Let whatever it is flow. You know, go with the flow. Go with the flow. Okay? Don't intervene on this, or you're going to be causing friction, chaos, and everything else. Okay? You don't need that. Now, I do want to get to the other side of the coin with this. Because separation doesn't necessarily mean separating with someone, even though it can be, because you have a double here. You're dealing with another individual. It can mean that. But it can mean other things as well. And it's in the spiritual realm. So you need to ground yourself. Please ground yourself. I keep telling everyone, you take 10 or 15 minutes, close your eyes, no devices anywhere, in a quiet place, and just let the energies take over. Okay? So let me read on. This is a time of separating paths, and okay? In other words, you're leaving your old paths. You need to leave those old paths. Leave them behind. Okay? As they say, old skins must be shed. Outmoded relationships must be discarded. When this rune appears in a spread, a peeling away is called for, because there's this, it's the cycle rune. Othila is a rune of radical severance, meaning you will cut something off quickly, okay? And it may hurt others, okay, in the process, but it's going to be a necessary severance. And I go on. The proper action here is submission and quite probably retreat, as I said with this one here. You need to let it flow. And I go on. Knowing how and when to retreat and possessing the firmness of will to carry it out. Now, in regards to real property, well, real property is associated with this rune. Okay? Keep that in mind. Because Othila is the rune of acquisition and benefits. However, the benefits you receive, the so-called inheritance, may be derived from something you must give up. In other words, for that in order to get that inheritance, you need to give something up. You need to cut. You need to give that up, okay? Now, this can be particularly difficult when that which you are called upon to give up or abandon is part of your background or your cultural inheritance. For then you must look closely at what, until now, you have proudly claimed as your birthright. Whether it is your attachment to your position in society, to the work you do, or even to your beliefs about your own nature. The separation called for now will free you to become more truly who you really are, Libra. Please pay attention to that, okay? Because this is all involving the self. Again, if you can't heal self, if you cannot forgive others, this is not going to happen. Your rewards will come in 2020, I'm telling you, Libra. But you've been holding on to some resentment and anger for too long. You need now to let go. Go with the flow. Let things go with the flow. Okay? Now your next is, let me see where it is. Okay, Ingus. Oh, wow. Ingus keeps appearing whenever somebody has another partner or somebody's dealing with a partner. That partner could be any kind of a partner, as you know. So, you're dealing with Ingus. Now. And let's see what Ingus has to say. Let me find it first. Boy, I lose myself right here, right, really quick. So you have to forgive me. Here we go. Now, this indication here with Ingus has a lot to do with, let's say, I'm going to say it now, a child. Because this deals with fertility. So some of you may be dealing with a child per se, or the parent of a child, or the adult itself. Because it deals with fertility, some of you are expecting. And some of you are like 8 months along. This will resonate with some and not with all, okay? Just saying. Now, being that you have the two X's here, and I said this is dealing with decisions and a partner or someone else. Ingus, the first three letters of Ingus, indicates the hero, God. Please keep that in mind because you need to reach out. You need to reach out. There's a lot in the past that's garbage and you need to get rid of it. And it stinks. That garbage stinks. You need to get it out. Because it smells like shit. Gotta get it out. Okay? This is also dealing with emotions. A lot of emotions that have gone on for quite some time. Maybe 8 years. Because the number here is 8. So this all has to come to an end. You've got to end that cycle so that you can start new. But you got to start within. Within first, self. Now, let me read on Ingus. And it says, this rune is akin to the moon, the intuitive part of our nature, with its urge toward harmonizing and adjusting in the sphere of personal relationships. Ingus embodies the need to share, the yearning to be desired, a search after similarities. And I continue. The completion of beginnings is what Ingus requires. Again, Libra, as I said, the circle has to end, that cycle, because there is a new beginning for you. But you need to do the work. You need to do the work. Okay? And I continue. It may mark a time of joyous deliverance, of new life, a new path, a rune of great power. Drawing it means that you now have the strength to achieve completion, also resolution, from which comes a new beginning. Above all, completion is crucial here. It may be timely that you complete some project now. If so, make that your first priority. Perhaps a difficult state of mind can be resolved, clarified, and turned around. The appearance of this rune indicates that you must fertilize the ground for your own deliverance. Are you listening, Libra? And in order to fertilize the ground, you need to ground yourself. Okay? Let me go on. It says, Inga signals your emergence from a closed chrysalis state, which is crystalline. All things change and we cannot live permanently amid obstructions. As you resolve and clear away the old, you will experience a release from tension and uncertainty. Now, you may be required to free yourself from a rut, a habit, or relationship, from some deep cultural pattern, or some activity that was quite proper to the self you are leaving behind. The period at or just before birth is often a dangerous one. Movement involves danger, yet movement that is timely leads out of danger. Now it is time to enter the delivery room. Did you understand that metaphor, Libra? I hope so. I really do. And I continue. Another of the cycle runes, because that's what Ingus is, a cycle runes. All cycle runes means you must have a completion, okay? Ingus counsels preparation, okay? Being centered and grounded, freeing yourself from all unwanted influences, and seeing the humor. You're indeed prepared to open yourself to the will of heaven and can await your deliverance with calm certainty. This is all within you, Libra. You need to take care of it, okay? You need to take care of it. And now let's go to your next rune. This is in the now. This is what's happening now, okay? So the next rune is Uras. Right there. Or Uras. Whichever way you want to pronounce it. It's U-R-U-Z. Uras. Okay. Like Uranus. That's how I say it. Like Uranus. And let's see what it says. Now, try to remember now, this particular rune pertains to strength. Strength, you hear me? Because that's what you're going to need when you complete the cycle. Strength. Also manhood and womanhood. It also represents a wild ox. Okay? Now, this is what's really very peculiar here, because this is the rune of termination. Termination. So some of you, I'm just going to say it now because I just heard it. Will terminate a birth. Will terminate a pregnancy. Okay? So that's already there. That it's on reverse. So but let me get to that first. But it does indicate termination. Now, but it could be termination of a relationship, of a deal, of a contract, anything, okay? So listen carefully. It says, without ears to hear and eyes to see, you may fail to take advantage of the moment. The negative result could be an opportunity missed or the weakening of your position. It may seem that your own strength is being used against you. For some, this rune reversed will serve to alert, providing clues in the form of minor failures and disappointments. For others, those more deeply unconscious or unaware, it should provide a hard jolt. Reversed, it calls for some serious thoughts about the quality of your relationship to yourself. Again, ground yourself, Libra. Okay? But take heart. Consider the constant cycling of death and rebirth. The endless going and return. Everything we experience has a beginning, has a middle, and an end, and is followed by a new beginning. Therefore, do not draw back from the passage into darkness. Don't go into darkness. Don't let things get you to the point where you are going to be depressed or down. Do you understand? During those times, you need to take advantage and create them into benefits, into goals, little goals, not darkness. Don't go into the darkness, okay? But remember, when in deep water, become a diver, a pro diver. All right, Libra? Now, to mention regarding the termination, I heard that loud and clear about the termination that I mentioned previously. But again, the termination could be of anything. But the aura here, the energy here, is regarding the termination and a new beginning, because that's what this rune is all about, or also about, okay? With the strength, manhood, womanhood, and a wild ox. Okay, now, being this way, because I like to read both ways, I like to know about both ways. Now, the rune of termination and new beginnings is what this is on the upright. And in drawing it indicates that the life you have been living has outgrown its form. You need to change, okay? Which must die so that life energy can be released in a new birth, a new form. Now, Urus is a rune of passage, and as such, part of the cycle of self-transformation. Again, you need to make that change. This is the cycle, and this is you. You need to make that change, okay? Your self-transformation. Remember, the first word is self, within, okay? Now, let me continue. Positive growth and change, however, may involve passage into darkness as part of the cycle of perpetual renewal. Some of the darknesses that you will be going through, that you may go through, some of you, this will resonate with some and not with all. Some of it will be necessary, or you won't have an awakening. I mean, you'll be so fucking dumbed down, you're not going to know what the hell is going on, okay? But we don't want that, Libra, okay? Now, as in nature, the progression consists of 5 parts. Remember that. It's death, decay, fertilization, gestation, and then rebirth. So events occurring now may prompt you to undergo a death within yourself. Since self-change is never coerced, we're always free to resist. Remain mindful that the new form, the new life, is always greater than the old. Always greater than the old. Prepare for opportunity disguised as a loss, okay? Some of you will have a loss, but it's a disguise. It's an opportunity. It could involve the loss of someone or something, an intense emotional bond, and through which you're living a part of your life. A part that must be retrieved so you can live it out for yourself. Now, in some way, that bond is being severed. Okay, as I said before, the bond is being severed. Okay, a relationship radically changed, a death experienced. Okay, because we react to so many things that happen. We react as if there's death involved. Okay, like it's the end of the world. Okay, so keep yourself aligned. Now, seek among the ashes and discover a new perspective and a new birth. Like the bird, okay? Now, the original symbol for Urus was a wild ox. Right here. It was a wild ox. What they call the aurochs. When the wild ox was domesticated, a nearly impossible task, by the way, it could transport heavy loads. Learn to adapt yourself to the demands of such a creative time. You know, firm principles attached to this room. Firm principles, okay? And at the same time, humility is called for. Since in order to rule, you must learn how to serve, okay? Keep that in mind. This room puts you on notice that your soul and the universe support the new growth. The universe will help you because there is new growth. It's a new beginning, a new cycle. But you have to do the work, Libra. You have to do the work. Ground yourself. Thank you, Libra, for being here. I appreciate it. Love you all. Please be safe. Love yourself so that you can love others. Forgive yourself so you can forgive others. Okay? Love you guys. Namaste.